Hi, this is Deb Stover, and I am here to talk to you about general education assessment of communication in the spring of 2023. Let me share my screen with you. Right. So general education of communication does include both written and oral communication. You will receive an email indicating that your course was selected for participation in assessment. And the reason for that is that your course that you're teaching maps to one of these two communication areas. So what is the definition of communication? Well, here at the college, we say that effective student communicators create and express ideas in speaking and writing in a clear, organized manner appropriate for the intended audience. The guiding principles are that there's an audience, there's organization and structure, there's idea delivery, focus and purpose, and the content of the message. So here's some artifacts that you might consider, and notice that these are broken down into written communication and oral communication. So first, for written communication. In English 101, this would be any written assignment that you have. In a course that's not English 101, that means that course was mapped to written communication, and you would select the written assignment that is associated with the learning outcome that caused the course to map to written communication. If you're not sure about that, you would want to reach out to your discipline lead or your department chair, or you could reach out to one of the individuals who will be mentioned at the end of this presentation. For oral communication, this would predominantly include Communication 101. You'll be considering the informative speech. If you do not teach COM 101 and you get this email about assessment, again, you would want to consider the presentation assignment that is associated with the learning outcome that caused the course to map to oral communication. Just like with written communication, if you're not sure why your course was mapped, you would want to reach out to your discipline lead or your department chair or to one of the individuals at the end of this presentation. So what if you don't teach communication in your course? But you get that email. So courses that do not teach either written or oral communication should not be mapped to the general education communication outcome. So having a project that is written or spoken is not sufficient. You should actually be teaching about writing or speaking. So if you think your course should not be mapped to communication, please contact Jennifer Billman at jlbillman@hack.edu. So the college-wide, the communication general education does have a college-wide rubric, and it incorporates those components that I mentioned previously. So this is just a chart that outlines the rubric. So for the concept of audience, I'll look at just the advanced. What does this mean? This means that the audience is identified and engaged using effective strategies beyond what you would expect at the course level. That would be an advanced level. Established, it means that, yes, the audience is identified and engaged. We would consider that something established. If it's developing, maybe it's not quite fully there, but there's definitely some progress. And entry is where they really shows no regard or adaptation to the intended audience. Organization and structure, the message has clear organization and structure and demonstrates seamless flow, would be advanced, and you would see that it would move down from there. Moving on, you would have idea delivery, focus or purpose, and content. Now, this rubric is not showing that there could be a not applicable category, but you will see that there. So what if the criteria is not applicable for your assignment? If it's not, you would check that NA box, and there, like I said, there should be an option on the actual rubric that will be sent. So if you have questions about any of this, you could certainly contact your discipline lead or your department chair, but I would recommend that you reach out to someone in the assessment team. That could be Jennifer Billman, myself, Deb Stover, Rachel Gifford, or Diane Mummer, and any of us would be happy to try to answer your questions or to get answers if we're not sure. So we certainly appreciate your efforts with undertaking assessment of communication in written and oral communication during the spring 2023 semester.